Every time an EV gets announced to the market, they will always have headline titles saying that this is the next Tesla killer, this is the next Tesla rival. But more often than not, these cars don't even make it to the starting line. But after experiencing this car right here for a couple of days, I feel this is a proper Tesla Model 3 rival. Hello everybody, this is Adrian from WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. This right next to me here is the Nio ET5 sedan. It's actually a direct rival to the Tesla Model 3 as well as the BMW i4. Now this looks absolutely stunning, jam-packed with technological features, and after driving it for a bit, I feel this is a very stunning car. Now, Nio, some background, Nio is actually more of a technological company. They have made the Nio EP9, which was a supercar, hypercar performance, which was showcased in Malaysia before. But this is actually more of a production model, more of a regular model that consumers will actually buy. Okay, so after understanding a little bit of the positioning, let's take a look at the design. Now, I absolutely love how this car looks. It's very sleek, it's very modern, and you're getting a little bit of Porsche vibes, especially from the rear. Some really cool features that I see here are these fog lamps right here, and as well as the headlamps. You get some aero bits, as well as all the LiDAR cameras all positioned on top of the car. And over to the rear, you get a nice light bar for the tail lamps, which I think looks very smart. Seated inside the ET5, and first thing you'll notice is a very minimalistic cabin, but you get a lot of design elements that gives it a very futuristic look. So for example, there's this indentation over here. These are where the air vents are at. So the air vents are actually hidden underneath the dashboard, and the air, when it flows out, you get a very even flow throughout the entire dashboard and cabin. So next up is of course this floating touchscreen infotainment system where you control all the car's important functions, which includes the ambient lighting, which has a gradient effect, so you can change between different types of colors and gradient combination. I think this looks fantastic. Now, the ADAS system here, you get the semi-autonomous sort of pilot assist, semi-autonomous driving feature, meaning it can help you switch lanes. This is almost like almost L3 level of semi-autonomous driving, because it will just follow the road, and when it detects there's an empty space, it will just switch between the lanes automatically without you having to use the signals and whatnot. Now, cabin materials in here are actually top-notch. It's fantastic. It's very soft touch. The steering is very nice to hold, and you get soft touch leather material over here on the dashboard, over to the side as well. And the entire cabin just feels very airy because the roof is actually an entire glass roof, and you can see that, well, in hot weather, it's definitely very hot. That's why this owner here have put on this little net, which is acquired from the official Nio store. Now, speaking of Nio, they have this very nice Nomi personal assistant, whereby you can wake it up, control all the important functions within the car. So for example, you go, "Hey Nomi,
我来了。
调整通风座椅。
想操作什么？好的，主驾的座椅通风打开了。
关闭通风座椅。
好的，主驾的座椅通风关了。
氛围灯改去蓝色。
搞定了。
And it's uninterrupted. It will read all of your comments and you can just give it a series of comments. I think this is fantastic. And when you wake it up, it will just turn around, swivel and look at you, give you a combination of 100 over different of emoticons on the screen. I think this is a party piece. This is a party piece. Alright, now other features in here in terms of practicality. The side door bins don't fit a large size water bottle. You got 2 cup holders, and this is where you have your wireless charging tray and whatnot. This has 2 sides over to the center console storage space, but this is actually quite shallow, so you can't really put a lot of stuff. But this is where you want to put all your stuff, because there's an entire opening beneath the center console. There's no passenger glove box here, so yeah, practicality, I say it's only alright. Sitting into the back seat, I have the front seat adjusted to my usual driving position and I'm 175 cm tall. I have about 3 tennis balls worth of knee room. Headroom is about 1 tennis balls, a little bit tight on the top end here, but because of the glass roof, so you get an airy feeling. But again, you're closer to the glass. Now, what I'm not too pleased is the thigh support. This is a little bit short, and if your front passenger likes to have their seats nice and low, you're not able to comfortably slot your feet underneath the front seat. Although the center tunnel, being an EV platform, is of course completely flat. Other amenities in here include a center armrest, and this is where the cup holders are. Very nice. Okay, design elements. I love the door cuts here. This part here, this section here, is actually a little bit of a fabric, and you also get the ambient lighting within this fabric trim. The whole thing just looks very expensive, looks very exquisite, and yeah, seat wise, you are seated a little bit upright. There's no kind of reclined angle adjustments, so I do wish that it's a little bit more reclined so you get a more comfortable sitting position. But overall, I think the back here, the ambience, not too bad. Okay, so for the ET5, there are actually 3 battery options: 75 kilowatt hour, 100 kilowatt hour, and 120 kilowatt hour. But all 3 battery sizes are actually mated to the same dual motor setup that offers 360 kilowatt and 700 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100, 4 seconds flat. Regardless of which battery pack you go for, 4 seconds flat. And even though 4 seconds flat sounds very astonishing performance, the ET5 is actually very manageable. Just prod the throttle and you're just gliding through. And this kind of setup, this kind of refinement is actually perfect for city driving. So despite having all that performance, city driving in this thing it's actually a very comfortable affair. No joke, it's actually very comfortable. But whenever you want to dial things up a bit, there's different drive modes which you can select. You can push it up to Sport Plus mode and everything there sharpens up. You get a much more immediate response and the steering just weights up. Oh, speaking of the steering feel in this is much better compared to a Tesla Model 3. It's very fluid, it's very natural. Tesla's one feels very disconnected, if you will. But this one is just very natural, and you just know exactly where you're pointing the car. Oh, I mean, driving this thing versus a Tesla Model 3, I feel that the Model 3 is a little bit like an older generation product. This is peak EV performance. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Nio ET5 sedan. What do you guys think? Is this a more appealing EV compared to a Tesla Model 3, BMW i4? Let me know in the comment section below. Personally, I feel that this is a very sophisticated product and the competition is not quite there yet in terms of the capabilities, technology, as well as refinement, the driving experience as well. So yeah, there you have it. As always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this.